are you? My name is Iara. So I wanted to get into some topics today, but first, feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and if you don't, it's okay, thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. So my apologies again if I'm not perfect, and I'm just trying to like get these things out. We're in quarantine right now, and the Spirit of the Lord has just been talking to me and just filling me with so much knowledge and wisdom. And I actually learned something today, actually going on YouTube and commenting on things, and just like I met a subscriber of mine, a viewer of mine on YouTube, and they actually enlightened me on something that I did not know. I wanted to talk about, oh my god, sorry, let me turn this down. I wanted to actually get into a topic that is, again, very sensitive. So my heart just broke. Like, this is the first time I've ever known that what a hermaphrodite is. Like, I've always known what a transsexual is, but I know what a transgender is, but I never knew the difference between a transgender and a hermaphrodite, or a transgender and a transsexual. So I always thought all those things were in the same thing. So a viewer of mine actually enlightened me and told me there was a difference. And so I didn't ask, but I said I didn't know, but I also went on Google to find out for myself. Like, oh my god, today literally I was like, oh my god, I need to go find out what this is, if this is not, what exactly this is. A person with two parts, a vagina and a penis. And so I looked into it, and it's actually like a vagina. It's like it has like a penis, like, where the clitoris is, that's where the penis is, and on the bottom is like a hole, and it's like an actual vagina and a penis in one. And it's like so crazy. It looks so crazy. I don't want to be mean, like, it looks a little weird to me, but it's also like a work of art, you know what I mean? And I felt so sensitive and so like brokenhearted when I heard this guy on YouTube talking about Sierra, because they were talking about, Sierra was a man, but then Sierra pops out with this baby, and I'm like, and I used to hear, oh, she was a man and all this, and I was like, well, if she's a man, then how come she's having all these babies? She can't be a man, So I went into researched, Sierra being a man and all these things, and I got into the videos and actually commented on some, like, she's not a man, she can't be a man if she has a baby or whatever. And this guy was like, oh, she's a hermaphrodite and all of these things, and the way he said it was so rude. I could feel the hate in his heart, and I was like, whoa, like, like, it just, I didn't put this on the comments, but in my heart I just felt broken. Like, once I started talking to one of my viewers about it, I just felt like, oh my god, like, I'm talking about, don't be gay and don't be this, which is right, but there are people that are actually struggling with their gender identity, and this is so painful. This is, I don't, when I talk about being gay, and when I talk about people not being gay, this, I don't mean to bully. I'm not trying to bully anyone. I'm not trying to tell you you're bad, you're a horrible person. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. I'm just, as a follower, a Christian, I just believe that this was what God wants me to talk about. I argue with God, and I'm like, God, I don't want to talk about this because it's none of my business. I just don't want to get into the subject of telling people what they should or should not do. And God speaks to me, and he tells me, well, this is something that I'm asking you to do. You know, this is what it's about. It's all about, it's not about you, it's about me. What I'm telling, this is what God is telling me. It's not about myself, but it's about him and me actually doing what he wants me to do. Not being afraid of what people are going to say about me, not being afraid of people being mad at me, because I don't make these videos for people to like me. I don't make these videos to impress people. I simply make these videos to speak the truth of what God wants me to speak. Whether people understand it or not, or whether people love it or not, it's important for me to do what God wants me to do, because Yeshua is Jesus in Hebrew, but I'll get into that later, that in case someone says, well, who's Yeshua? This is what God has told me to, God's told me to say Yeshua instead of, Jesus, and this is how comfortable I feel more comfortable saying Yeshua. So but to get back into that, my heart started crying. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I have to explain this. I have to, like, God, like, it's someone that is born with a vagina and a penis. How do they choose who to be with if they don't know what their identity is? And I realized people are crying and struggling, that are going through this, are struggling and being bullied about this. And it's like, bullying is not the way to go. If you have to point fingers and hate on someone, again, I was bullied for people thinking I was a transgender or a man. Again, I have to remind people that I was bullied, so I know what it feels like for someone to just, attack me for what they think I am when I'm not that, and just to attack me, period. Like, what is your point? Like, what makes you better than me, that makes you that makes you feel like it's okay for you to attack me? Because me personally, I don't let people take my power. I'm not gonna go to someone and be like, hey, you look like this, hey, you look like that. This is none of my business, unless I'm talking about, or unless I'm saying something positive. But I cannot put myself out there. I get enough attention as it is already when I'm out there, and it's always like, people are always treating me like I'm some celebrity. It's in a good way and in a bad way, because they always taking pictures of me, whether it's just to laugh at me or to praise me, whatever the reason is. And this has been my issue, and it's like, God, I don't want to be this big person. As a kid, I wanted to, but when I went out there and I was receiving all this attention, I was like, I don't want all this attention. It puts me in a dangerous position, because I don't have protection. I don't have friends. I don't have people that are just gonna, guard me when these people attack me, especially these guys, especially black guys. And I'll get into that topic. I'm not racist against my own race, but I get attacked by my own race, by a lot of African Americans, which is like just ridiculous. And I love my African Americans. It's just some of them have bad tendencies, and I disagree with them. And when somebody has bad tendencies, I delete them immediately. Then they're not a person that I want to fight for or fight with. So I immediately put them in the trash in my prayers and say, God, rebuke these people out of the world. I don't care about forgiveness. I get upset because I pray that God forgives everyone, but when I'm upset, I pray these prayers. You know what I mean? And so it's for God to put his wrath on them, so that they can feel the way they make people feel. They can feel the pain that they make other people feel. So when somebody bullies someone, back to the hermaphrodite thing, when somebody bullies someone that is going through this, I just want you to know you are loved. I want you to know that you are beautiful. I want you to know, don't ever, just because you have two parts, don't go change yourself. Like I said, surgery is dangerous, and it changes your organs. It changes everything about your body. You don't want to have complications in your body. You could be the way God made you, and you know what? Someone who loves you, who is your soulmate, will accept you for who you are. They will accept you with the part that you have. They will accept you. So it's like, whatever you feel, if you're in that position, whatever you feel is what you need to be. Let's say you're a hermaphrodite and you have a penis and a vagina, and you feel like you want to be a woman. That's a power. That's a gift. You get to be that or the other. So it's what your heart feels. Because if you have breasts, it's another thing. That of course it's already chosen for you. But if you don't, it's like you got a choice to be a man or a woman. So it's like, still, like I said, don't go under the knife. Don't do that. I've heard too many things go on, and it's like, don't play with your body. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, but just see the beauty and the light in it. See how beautiful God did it. See how God made this amazing part. I never knew this existed. When I literally looked at the pictures, I don't know if I can show it online on YouTube, because it's like private parts. But when I googled it, I literally saw this work of art. At first I thought, oh my God, this is sick, this is disgusting. I'm sorry for saying that. But now, with a clear mind and a mind of hurt, of like love, I see the beautiful creation of what God made. God made something beautiful. And I know it's confusing, but don't hate yourself. Do not go thinking you need to change and you need to do this. Just love yourself. Just accept that. God, when he comes to earth, he has the power to change you to whatever you want to be according to his will. Let him be the one to change you. When Yeshua came on earth and people didn't have arms and people were blind and they needed healing, Yeshua literally brought their arms back. Yeshua literally opened the eyes of the blind. He had the power to do this. So he has the power to change you. And I believe strongly that he will miraculously change your body the way he wants you to be destined, the way you dream to be, if it's his will. So I just want to put that out there. It changed everything. And it's like I have no hate, like I said, for transgenders, but you know, I've received a lot of hate from a lot of them too, where it's made me feel like, well, I don't want to be a part of this person. It's not even that they're transgender, but it's the fact that they're like bullying, and they're like acting, they're like taking it too far, taking the whole being a golf thing too far. Like, for instance, I was in a bathroom, I was in a restroom, I was living at a shelter in called Path, and it's, you know, in LA, and I was in a restroom, and when I was in the restroom, the ladies' restroom, there was a transgender, a woman, a guy. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's transvestite or transgender. I think it's a transvestite. I need to look it up because I need to learn. There's so much we have to learn. By the way, I only have 15 minutes to this, so I might rush this to the end. So, but anyways, but this she or this transgender person was in the bathroom as I was in the bathroom. So I was going through my struggles, and I couldn't really, and I always, like, you know, instead of using toilet paper, I usually wash my butt. I use toilet paper, but then I'll wash my butt behind that, because I like to make sure that everything is clean. So after I used the restroom, I went to the sink, and I know this sounds gross, but I have to tell you, and I just started to wash my butt, and she was, the person was there, and then they looked at me, and they were like, I can't believe you know, you washing your ass in the sink and blah blah blah. And I was looking like, why are you even looking at me? Like I'm like, well, you're not even supposed to be in here for you to be looking at me and making me feel some type of way, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm a woman, I'm in the bathroom, go in the men's bathroom, and if you don't like that, then go in the men's bathroom and just be there. But don't come in the women's bathroom and look at women. Like, don't come in there and judge women with what they're doing. I know everybody will be like, oh yeah, that's nasty, but a lot of people do different things when they're going through certain situations, when you just have to do certain things. You know, I was going through so much, I couldn't even shower for a long time because I was hearing voices in my head, which I will get into that in my next video, or whatever video that comes from here. But I was hearing voices in my head, and I was just going through a spiritual warfare. I couldn't even shower, I couldn't do anything. I had to literally like keep doing this to my body to relax my muscles. They gave me psych meds, and the psych meds were making me stiff and all these things. So anyways, when he was in there, he had the nerve to tell me what I should not, looking at me, telling me what I should or should not do. And I was looking at him like, motherfucker, you shouldn't be in this motherfucking restroom to begin with. Like, I was just like, what the, you know? And so that pissed me off. But that's just one thing I want to say about that. And I will continue this in another video. I only have, again, 15 minutes to record this, so I'm at 14:34 now, and so I'll tell you guys more about, you know, about that. It just, you know, it really, if you're gonna be transgender, don't go in a ladies restroom and start making fun of ladies and looking at ladies, and don't do that. That's disrespectful. We already feel violated enough. Some of us have been raped and abused, you know. So yeah, anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, give it a comment. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.